In this question, we are going to solve this rational equation. And the way that we're going to do this is that we will first identify the lowest common denominator, and then we will multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. This way, after that, we will not have any more fractions in the equation. So the way to identify the lowest common denominator is we look at all the denominators and try to factor things out first. For the first one, x plus 5 cannot factor, right? X minus 5 cannot factor, right? But then for this one, x squared minus 25, yes, we can factor. And let me just put down the factoring down below. We know this is going to be x minus 5 times x plus 5, isn't it? That's it, right? And now, let me put down the lowest common denominator right here, LCD. And to do so, you see that this is a factor, that's a factor, and they are in common. We just need to put it down one time. For the common factor, just put it down one time. Even though the first one doesn't have the x minus 5, but it's okay, just put this down one time. Likewise, we have this x plus 5 and this x plus 5, right? So we just need to put this down one time as well. And we know if we are doing this right or wrong. Let me show you. And this is how I would suggest you guys to do this kind of questions. Let me just rewrite the original equation again. But when I do it this time, I will write this down first. 5 times x plus 5, right? And then I will leave a space. And then I will write down the minus 7 over the x minus 5. And then I will leave a space. And the last part, we have the equal, and we have the 12 over. Let me just put down the factorative form for the denominator right here, which we know, the x minus 5 times x plus 5. Then this is it, right? And we should have plenty of space after that. And the reason that we write this and we have all this space is because so I can put the lowest common denominator in here, here, and here. Not top and bottom though. We're just going to put this down right here. I'll show you. We put this down, x minus 5 times x plus 5. Just squeeze in the space, okay? And then we'll also put this down right here, x minus 5 times x plus 5. And then likewise for the last part right here, x minus 5 times x plus 5. Okay? So, you see, this is what I mean by multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. And now, here is the best part. For the first part here, you see we have the x plus 5 here down below, and this x plus 5. Well, we can cancel, right? And then the remaining thing is, first of all, it's not a fraction, and we have this, 5 times the parentheses, x minus 5. Be sure to distribute, and work this out. 5 times x is 5x, and then 5 times negative 5 is negative 25, okay? And then we do the same for this one right here. We see that x minus 5 cancels out with this x minus 5, but then do this super carefully. Here we have negative 7 in front of this parentheses. We have to take the negative 7 and distribute, okay? Negative 7 times x will give us negative 7x. And then negative 7 times positive 5, it's going to give us negative 35. Okay? And then for this part here, first of all, let me bring down the equal sign. We see that x minus 5 cancels out with this x minus 5, and the x plus 5. They also cancel each other out. And we only have a 12 left. And now you see we have an equation without any fractions, right? And this is just x to the first power, so it's just the regular equation, and we're just going to do it the regular way. And we're just going to do this the regular way. So we see that the 5x minus 7x, we first combine like terms, we will have negative 2x. And then we see we have the negative 25 minus 35. We combine like terms, we get negative 60. And then this is equal to 12. And then I can just plus 60 on both sides. so that this and that will cancel. And then I get negative 2x equals to 12 plus 60, that's 72. At the end, divide both sides by negative 2 so that they cancel. Divide this by negative 2 as well. X is equal to negative 36, right? 72 over negative 2 is negative 36. So you see how easy it was after this step, right? The first step is you multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. I will totally suggest you guys rewrite the equation again with space in between, just like how I did it, okay? And you can rewatch this video and see how we did this equation. And here is the final remark. Whenever we're trying to solve an equation, when the x are in the denominator, we have to worry about if this answer at the end is legitimate or not. To do so, we're just going to plug in negative 36 into the denominator, and we want to make sure that we don't end up with 0 in the denominator. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. Otherwise, this is actually a fake answer. So let's see. Negative 36 into this x. Negative 36 plus 5, we know it's not 0. Negative 36 into this x minus 5 is negative 41, but that's not 0, so that's good. Negative 36 plug into this x, well, work this out whichever way that you want, but then for sure we know it's not 0 already, so that's good. So this is the legit check. Just like when you buy stuff on eBay or Craigslist, you have to do the legit check. Make sure the items that you're getting is actually legit, right? Same thing right here. That's it.